Hold it.
And then people can hear you.
Okay, I'm not putting my germy mouth on there. Okay. Good morning. For the opening hymn, the processional, we normally sing Enter Rejoice 361. We are going to do that this morning, but you might want to have your hymnals out because we're actually going to sing different verses that we are not usually accustomed to singing. So in this particular song, we're going to sing the first verse, which we are all familiar with, then we're going to sing the second and the third verse. Okay, 361.
And welcome. Bienvenido. Can you hear me? No, a little bit higher? Okay. How's that? Is that better? Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. Bienvenido. Too much? Here we go. Let's see. My name is Lori Douglas. My pronouns are she, her, and hers. And I am your worship associate for this service today of the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship of Charlotte County. My pronouns are she and her, and I stand about 5'6" tall. I've got short, gray, and white wispy hair, and I'm wearing a orange and yellow flowered shirt with kind of orange pants that almost match. We begin our service each week by sending an invitation to gather together, even as we are scattered in many different places, and whether our sacred space be virtual or live. This service is being broadcast live on YouTube and will be available as a recording on the UUFCC YouTube channel after the service. Today, we thank those who work hard behind the scenes to make this service possible, especially today because we've got a potluck and we've got all kinds of interesting things going on here technology-wise, and thanks a lot. Okay, decorating, grounds, cleaning, office, greeters, kitchen folks, and goodie providers, and people who moved all the tables and everything. We also thank our tech team, Corey and Tom, and finally to provide our music, Janet and the choir, and Ryan, our pianist. Hey, everybody. Today is a special time of the year when we commemorate Memorial Day. And today we'd like to remember those who sacrificed so we could live in freedom. If you are one of those people, please stand or wave as you are able and state in what capacity you served. If you were in the service, please stand or wave as you are able. Okay, we'll start in the front. Robert.
U.S. Army.
Thank you. U.S. Navy. All right, U.S. Navy. And there's Norma. Norma. Hey, thank you. We thank you for your service. Oh, my goodness. And your dedication. We are also thankful for those who gave their lives while serving. And let us take a moment for those who have lost someone they love. Could we get some help with the chairs there, moving around? Thank you. So everybody can. Jen. At the same time, we also wish to honor Buddha Day and the incredible contributions that the Buddhists have made in our world and continue to do so in their teachings and examples. In honor of both of these groups, we invite you today to share a vegetarian and vegan meal with us following the service. We are a progressive and inclusive faith community, welcoming fellow seekers regardless of age, ability, economic status, education, regardless of skin color or language of origin or nationality, regardless of gender, identity, or identity expression. All are welcome here. We are glad that you chose this congregation today. If you're new here, please wave or stand and state your first names and where you're from so that we can welcome you. Hi. Welcome, Elkin. Yay. All right. You came a long way to come with us. Yay. Here we go. Any other new folks? Anybody leaving to go up north in the near future? Sandy.
Mark and I are leaving on Friday. I'll be back in 3 weeks.
Oh, okay. Good. A quick one. All right. Anybody else? Dorothy.
This will be Fred and I's last Sunday here, so
Oh.
we'll be back next November.
Next November. Oh, long time. Okay. Wow. All right. Thank you all. If you'd like to learn more about our fellowship, ask one of the people who met you this morning and visit our website and email our office at UUFCC.org. And wherever you are, we're glad you have chosen to spend your time with us this morning. We'll now open this sacred time by turning our attention to the chalice through words. These words are by Reverend Dr. Cynthia Landrum, who was the minister of the First Parish Church of Stowe and Acton in Massachusetts. For those who serve, in honor of those who have served and those who continue to serve, at home, abroad, at peace and in war, for justice and in community, we light our chalice and we offer our thanks. Now, while Ryan R. is lighting our chalice here in the sanctuary, you can be lighting yours at home. And please join me in reciting our affirmation. There we go. Love is the spirit of this fellowship, and service is its law. This is our aspiration, to dwell together in peace, to seek truth and love, and to help one another. Thank you, Ryan. Now join the choir, singing We Would Be One, number 318 in the gray hymnal.
We will be one as
I love mi amor o nos amigos muy especialidad. I love our friends who are here with us today, our special little ones. Yay. Our opening words today are by Jack Mendelson, Minister Emeritus of the First Parish in Bedford, Massachusetts, and was the 13th senior minister of the historic Federal Street, Arlington Street Church in Boston. Wow, from 1959 to 69. He is the 1997 recipient of the Award for Distinguished Service to the Cause of the Unitarian Universalists. Here in this sanctuary of ancient dreams and wisdom and beauty, we come to grow, to be healed, to stretch mind and heart, to be challenged and renewed, to be helped in our own continuing struggles for meaning and for love, to help build a world with more justice and mercy in it, to be counted among the hopers and the doers. In the face of cynicism and darkness, brutality around us and within, we seek to align ourselves with a living community that would affirm rather than despair, which would think and act rather than simply adjust and succumb. Here, we invite the spirit of our community and our own humanity and the healing powers under, around, and through and beyond it to give us the nerve and the grace, the toughness and the sensitivity to search out the truth that frees and the life that maketh all things new. Our next hymn is number 168 in the gray hymnal, One More Step. Please join the choir and stand in singing this hymn.
Till there
Okay. We have a long tradition here at UUFCC of sharing our joys, sorrows, and life milestones by entering them into the Book of Life. Ryan, could you please bring up that Book of Life, that red book back there? Thank you. These messages can be written in the red book that Ryan's bringing up, and those at home are welcome to email your messages to bookoflife@uufcc.org. Thank you, Ryan. Appreciate it. Okay. Let's see. All right. In the spirit of respectful witness, we invite you to share a brief glimpse of the joys and sorrows and milestones in your life. Each stone today that you put into the bowl is a story embraced by the great pool of life. Each falls in reverence, stone piling on stone, and creating an altar of sorrows and joys and milestones. The compassion of this congregation falls as softly as stones through the water, surrounding our loved ones and friends in our quiet embraces. Okay, nothing in the book right now, but I will start with some stones here. Let's see. I will put in stones today for healing and strength for Joe O and Patty as he heals from his foot injury. He's going to be not here for a couple months because he still can't go out of the house. He can't put any weight on his foot. They welcome scheduled visits, so you can follow up with him. Also today, I will drop a stone for those who have been targeted in persecution. We'll drop a stone for those who bravely continue to support those with compassion. And other people who want to share, please come on up here to the mic and share your joys and sorrows. I'll put in the 3 stones for us.
A plea for La Florida, mi estado, for more open hearts, open hands, and open minds.
Hi, I would like to honor Peter, who died this week from addiction. He has also lost 3 brothers to the horrible disease of addiction and alcoholism, and his parents are here, and I'm close with his stepmother, Linda, who's been here a few times. But anyway, this one's for Peter.
Hi, I'm Jackie, and I'm putting a stone in for my family. They are dealing with the loss of someone who was shot, and I just want to put a stone in and hope that they find peace.
Hi, I'm Linda, and I'm putting a stone in today in memory of my sister that passed just recently.
I'm Mary Holly, and as usual, I'm happy to be here. I'm in and out, but it's great to be here. We're here for something fun, to go to Disney with our granddaughter next week, but also I want to put a second stone in for a good friend who just got diagnosed with breast cancer, and that's, I promised her a prayer for her.
I'm Kathy. I'm mourning the loss of a very dear friend who died last Monday. Her name was Val.
I'm Sandy, and I have a joy. It's been about a year that I've been able to be employed in the office, and I enjoyed it very much.
Yay, Sandy.
Hi, I'm Myrna Cherry, and I'm joyful today that we're welcoming our host family from Venezuela who are sitting back there. And I welcome them all here, and I know you do too.
Hello, I'm Peggy Dawn, and I want to express joy and gratitude for the fact that my two children are both sober, and my two grandchildren are also both sober. I'm not sure that we've stopped the addiction in the ancestry and the past, but we've made a dent in it for sure.
I'd like to put another stone in for all of those in our community who are recovering and sober today, and for those who hopefully will reach that point in their lives if they need to be. Thank you. For the continuing strength of this congregation and our willingness to move through conflict with love in order to provide us and the larger community the oasis that we all need in these times. The final stone will represent those joys and sorrows that remain unspoken and are in our hearts, but are held close here, and we need that today. Now we'll have a moment of silence followed by meditation music with Ryan. wonderful, wonderful moment that was. Thank you, Ryan. Now we move to our presentation I'm very excited about. Why we do what we do. This is the first in a series of presentations throughout the year that will highlight our numerous committees and groups. We have 10 here today being representative, but we have probably 30 and the ongoing and offgoing and ongoing throughout the year. So they will be there too. By listening to your fellow members and friends, you can hear about some of the ways how our values and principles are put into action. Today we'll showcase our survey in service in three ways. You can look at the back of your order of service and find out some written information about a couple of groups and the rest of them on the bottom there. You can go to our website at any point in time and get a bunch of details. Thanks to Laura and Laura. You can meet some of the participants afterwards at the display booths. The music committee and the immigration committee have tables out there. And right now you will hear from the 10 community group representatives up front. So we're going to start off with Sharon. Come on down, Sharon.
I expected to be the last. It surprised me. It was only a few months ago, and I'm here on behalf of the Program Council group. It was only a few months ago that Dennis, our chairman of the board, called me, and he asked me if I would chair the Program Council. And although I've been attending this fellowship for since the mid-90s, really, and I've been a member since 2001, I confess, I said, what's that? Again, as Lori said, if you look on the back of your order of service, you will see and find out what I quickly learned, that the Program Council refers to the once-a-month gathering of group and committee leaders, each person, and sometimes it's their co-chairs, that both people come, each one takes a turn sharing with the rest new ideas, concerns, news, possible problems, and we talk it over. And there's a lot of what I like to call cross-pollination between and among the various groups here at the fellowship. My own ignorance up to that phone call from Dennis wasn't total. I knew, I was all too aware from my own experience that if there is one overriding challenge that institutions face, and this one is no exception, it is communication, communicating with one another, interacting to consult with each other about what's going on, with questions we have, and so on. I think nobody here is unfamiliar with something that happened to us just recently, a breakdown of communication that led to upheaval and ill feelings. And I've been through that kind of thing here before. A year or two ago, many of us have. Again, a breakdown of communication. Institutions in Michigan, where I was a part, of which I was a part, also faced these problems. We're not alone. But it all boils down misinterpretation, misunderstandings. People have not communicated effectively. So now we try to remember to say at the end of every meeting and to remind one another, it's an acronym, WINK. Who else needs to know? Wink. Wink, wink, wink. I'd say. Now that I'm part of this program council, and I'm all the more aware, even more aware of how important WINK is. Really, program council is sort of the atlas holding the whole community on its shoulders and keeping it all from disintegrating into disorder. So I'm very happy to be part of it.
Thank you, Sharon.
This is mine, right?
It's yours. Now we'll have Trudy from the Art Committee. There you are, Trudy. Right.
I'm Trudy G., and I co-chair the Art on the Wall Committee with Debbie C., and also Tom and Cheryl, and sometimes Alan. We're an open committee, so we welcome anyone that wants to join us. We arrange for beautiful art on the wall. We have to contact artists, come up with ideas, and we welcome your suggestions. Even if you're not joining the art committee, you can suggest themes, you can suggest artists you know, you can suggest perhaps collaboration with some of the other committees on possible displays. So right now we have 5 artists. They're from the Art Center down in Punta Gorda, and they're in my portrait group. I coordinate a portrait group down there, and they're very, very talented. I love creating art. I love promoting art, and I love looking at art. So you know, the art committee needs your help for ideas and suggestions. If you see an artist around town that you think would be good, just get their name and number, and we'll see if they would like to show. And we do like to have several people together because it always makes for a nice show. Thank you to all the our members and friends that came to the reception the other night. We also could use help with publicity, if you're good at that. You don't actually have to be an artist to be on the art committee. We welcome everyone. Okay, so I think that's it. I think also Sharon D., but we haven't seen her lately. But so anyway, so I hope this show comes down June 30th. I hope you will look at the show. Also, some people don't know that we ask for a 30% donation. So some of the money from purchase, if you purchase a piece of art, will go to the fellowship here. It not only helps the artist, it helps the fellowship, and it gives you a beautiful piece of art on top of that. So, but June 30th, we will have receiving. I know many of you out there have hidden talents that you're not sharing. If you do photography, painting, it could be anything, drawing. Just talk to the art committee about getting your work up. June 30th, we'll have a summer members show that'll be up all summer. So, thank you.
You can see in their faces and their words why you do what you do. You can see people. It's a lot of folks are speaking from heart. Ted, from the Social Justice Committee, come on down.
Good morning. I'm Ted Zawistowski. I'm the interim chairman of the Social Justice Committee because we're looking for a permanent chairman. Hopefully we'll get one someday. The most visible activity that the Social Justice Committee does is every month is the second helping. And what we do is try to find a group or an agency, mostly in our community, but also beyond, doing something in regard to one form or another of social justice, which covers a multitude of possibilities. There's no end to them. So the second helping is given to the agency, that whatever one that was supporting, and we try to bring in a speaker who will describe the work of that agency, sometimes in only a few minutes and occasionally a full 15, 20-minute presentation, which is very valuable and useful. Social Justice Committee has a long record of service in this community, in this fellowship. You may remember Reverend Ken Herto, years ago, who was responsible for all of the UU congregations in Florida. and he pointed out that ours was the most active congregation in Florida. Well, we're not the most active right now because things have not gone well the last few years, and things have really gotten upset. So we want to revive and rebuild our effort. We have open meetings, meaning if you want to be part of the committee, show up. Bring your ideas, bring your energy, do whatever you can to address some issue. For example, Betty Barrega showed up as a member of the Social Justice Committee, said, I have an idea about helping immigrants. And we have a dynamic, very dynamic Immigration Justice Committee that's really showing the way of what you can do with a few people who are dedicated. You can do it. If you have a good idea, get a few people to help out and go for it. We will help you as much as we can. For example, we have things developing right now. On June 1st, the Coalition of Immokalee Workers that we have worked with and helped many times is having a protest meeting in many parts of the area, trying to bring attention to the laws that are being passed or threatened to be passed by the state legislature, attacking and making it difficult for undocumented immigrants who nevertheless are needed in our agricultural world. If they don't do the work doesn't get done. So trying to make it more difficult, threatening them with all kinds of laws and making it harder for them to be able to sustain themselves while helping our country raise its food, believe it or not. So anyway, if you want to participate in a demonstration, go down to Immokalee on June 1st, and they will welcome you. Another effort just rising up now is in our UU in Venice. The leadership of the Social Justice Committee there wants to join forces with us and with other social justice committees in Florida with the Unitarian Universalist Fellowship, plus adding any other groups that may be interested in the same activities. For example, one that's being discussed right now is books. In some areas, books are being banned. Teachers are being frightened and threatened to have a book in their classroom. Public libraries and school libraries are being threatened, possibly with having felonies charged against them for having a book. This is a time to stand up for books and for reading. And hopefully we will work together with the Venice community and get a whole bunch of activities going. We have a lot of ideas. I don't know what'll work, but we're going to talk about them. So if you want to do something, come. Thank you.
Thank you, Ted. Now we have Laura L. coming forth to talk about a couple of things. Here we go.
Hi, I am Laura, as opposed to Laura A. or Lori or Lori. I'm one of the Lauras. Anyway, you know how much is involved in running a building. Closer? Okay, thank you. I don't do this very well. In running a building or running a business or even a family, there's just so much that's involved, and all three of those apply here. Sometimes I volunteer to do things around this place because I'm avoiding doing things I don't want to do. For example, I'm not comfortable standing in front of a bunch of adults or a microphone that's not doing what I want. So therefore, I'm not a worship associate, and thank goodness they will do it. Most of the time, I see a need, and I like doing things that might help. Problem solving entertains me. There are two groups I belong to that definitely involve problem solving and a touch of creativity, which is a fun combination, so I do it for myself. At this point, the sanctuary decorating. It consists of Sue B. and Cheryl D., way back there, and me. That's it. We find out what the UUA theme is for the month, and then we see what we can do to support it visually. Sometimes it's a bit of a challenge. Like, how do you decorate for the themes vulnerability and resistance?
We tried to get some nice things and we got decorating, but I think we got the wrong one. You got the other one, Corey? What's the next one? Maybe you'll get the right one here.
Oh, no.
That's not it. There's another one. Here we go. There it is.
Good one. I love it. Anyway, so vulnerability and resistance, found a little symbolism on Google, thank goodness. And luckily, Jerry helped us by creating, not this, but a oil painting for us, and that helped. Each month, we meet on the last Friday or Saturday, more or less, and we bring our thoughts and our stuff from home. It's always a work in progress, so consequently, we laugh a lot because we have no idea what we're going to do. This month's theme was creativity, and eventually we decided to match the colors of the art show, and then they changed the art show. Oh, well. Anyway, Cheryl brought the table decoration, Sue brought the tree, and the tree over there, and the flowers over here and there, and it's fine. It works for us. Anyway, we never know what we're going to end up with. Next month's theme is delight. So, the more the merrier. If you're interested, show up on Saturday at 10 o'clock, this Saturday coming up, and we'll see how it turns out. Okay, so now on to another volunteerism that I'm involved in, that I was asked to talk about, and that's the website. Laura A. and I have been web weavers, that's what we call ourselves, for years now. The same skills of creativity and problem solving are used there. And though we both do both, Laura is pretty much the master of wordsmith, and I dabble with some of the visual aspects. What's really fun about it is that though we've been around technology for years, it really challenges us to learn constantly totally new things. And that's very invigorating. We love learning. The website serves multiple purposes. We try to organize the more than 100 pages that we have now so that they provide information about Unitarian Universalism to people who have no idea what it is, how we implement those beliefs here. The topic for the upcoming sermon goes up in actually another half hour for the next week. This will be on the front main page, this YouTube. There's current events that are being advertised there. We have our calendar. You can find all the links there. We have the universal link for Zooming on that page, the weekly update, the newsletter, all the committees, who to contact, what they're doing, and so forth, their minutes. And this year, so far, we've had 1,000 visitors. If you would like to know how to navigate our website, you haven't used it before, or you didn't know that it was all there, let me know. I would love to show you, needless to say. And if you love learning new things, come join us. There you are.
Thank you, Laura. Wow. It's really going to show it's not an easy thing to put together, but we got this village happening here. Wow. All right, next we have Bill S. coming from afar. I think he's in Massachusetts right now. All right, we'll see. Corey will bring him along. All right, next we have Linda P. Come on up from the Music Committee, our newly formed Music Committee. Hey. Come on up.
Hi, I'm Linda Poindexter, and I'm glad to be with you today. I'm a longtime friend of this fellowship, and now I'm pleased to be a member. Now that I live full-time in Florida. I'm also delighted to be co-chairing the Music Committee with Janet Merrill. We're on a search for your talents. Whether you play an instrument or sing, in any capacity, we want to know. And we want to encourage your participation in the fellowship. After the service, there will be some tables out in the social hall. And Janet has set up a very special little table for the Music Committee. And I'm hoping that every single person will stop by, say hello, and share your interest in music, your interest in and your talent, because it would be really helpful if we could share everybody's talents across a variety of different settings and make sure that you and your skills get a chance to shine at different gatherings. And I look forward to meeting you.
Thank you, Linda. We also have an opportunity at that music display for all of you to put your choice of what kind of music you like into a little box that Janet and Jackie will have back there. So please stop by. Okay, next we have Susie. Come on down. Susie of hospitality and social and all kinds of other interesting things. No rush. Here you go.
Well, the first thing is I like this because I got damned lonely during COVID. I had a happy life and busy, and then COVID came, and then the political situation got a little crappy, and I didn't feel like I could talk to very many people. So I was really happy to start coming to this church and join, and I feel safe here, and I think you all do too. As far as hospitality is part of caring, and the caring committee is Debbie, Alice, Jackie, I'm going to have to look at my notes because I'm getting an old lady memory, Herb, Trudy, and myself, and probably people I can't remember. Two things. One, maybe we've started Lunch Bunch again. The first Wednesday is a brown bag here so that everybody can bring what they want to eat and be safe. And then the third will be going to restaurants. And then the other thing, I want to nag because a couple of people do all the work getting the coffee ready every Sunday and cleaning up. And they're the ones that bring the refreshments most of the time. And so if you like coffee and like refreshments, you ought to think about bringing a plate of cookies or some brownies. Not today, we've got plenty, I think. And if you like coffee in the Sunday mornings, volunteer to stay and help clean up. And you can wash tablecloths, okay? So the other thing is we have, you can sign up for the social email thing. And it's a neat thing that we're not taking a very big advantage of. If you put on social, you can send the email to everybody who's interested in doing things. So if you're lonely one day and you think, I really like to go out to eat, maybe somebody else would too. Or on a Friday night, if you think, I'd really like to go to that flea market, but I don't like to drive at night. Maybe somebody would like to go and take me. So you could just post up there and see if anybody takes up your offer. So that's it. Join social.
Thank you, Susie. You'll note that we've had a number of people who are brand new that just have been jumping right in, which is exciting. So if you're brand new, don't think you have to be here for years to have an idea and make it happen. Next, we have Trish. Yeah. Trish will be talking about immigration. Yay. Yay. Would you like to say? Okay.
Good morning. I have to warn you that I took what Lori was telling us to do pretty literally. So my little 2 minutes is a little different. The members of the IJC committee are Betty, our chair, Myrna, Ted, Laura A., Linda, Nancy, and another L, Lori Douglas. Yes, okay. Kathy and I are also part of the committee and have hosted Sora and her children for, and we did it as a way to live our faith, especially the UU principle, the dignity and worth of every person. It has been a powerful antidote to the despair and anger I feel at the actions of our government at both the state and federal level. It is hard to go there emotionally when you have two precious children wanting to play or read or ride their bikes, whatever. When the 8-year-old medically fragile girl died recently in the custody of Custom and Border Patrol at our southern border, it was heartbreaking. It was his second child in 10 days. As I'm sure you read in the Florida papers, a 17-year-old died in or custody in a facility in Florida. I held Zoemi and Luciano tight that day. Zoemi loves hugs, Luciano not so much, but I got a couple. It's a blessing that they received humanitarian parole when they did. The new asylum transit ban would have permitted them from even entering our country to seek asylum. So the Immigration Justice Committee is very committed to immigration justice and please invite you to join us in any way you can. Up here I have sign-up sheets for transportation. Luciano goes to Head Start, and he needs to get there and get back. Mom rides with them, but as you know, she can't drive. And the second one is for recreation. When we first volunteered to take a family, we thought it would be a couple or an individual, and our home would have worked fine. The day they walked in, our home shrunk by half. But more importantly, there's no outside space for them. We're on a pond with alligators. So we really need people who will take them to the playground. They love to climb, take them to the pool. Nancy's taking them to the pool today. Oh, you're going to the beach and not the swimming pool? Okay. Anyway, anything you can do. A family we met when we presented at the Congregational Church, who's actually from Venezuela, is having them over for a Venezuelan meal. So the sky's the limit, and we really invite you to participate. I can promise you it will warm your heart. These children are as engaging as any kids I've ever known. Thank you.
Thank you, Trish. Both you and Kathy and Myrna and Betty and everybody else. Oh my gosh, Linda and everybody, yeah. The time and, yes, absolutely. Let us stand as we are able or wave in appreciation of their efforts. Oh my goodness. Absolutely. And Jackie and I are true testaments to the joy of these children. We had them yesterday, and oh my goodness, we had them for a good part of yesterday, and then we slept for many, many hours. We had blue ice cream all over all of us, right? We had all kinds of fun. We went in the pool, we went to the park, we went oh my goodness. It was a joy. It was just a joy. And it not only did it tire us out, but it gave us more years to live, just with the energy. All right. Yeah, sure, please.
People do not need Spanish to volunteer.
No. Good point.
Most of our volunteers do not have Spanish, especially the drivers.
Yeah.
And they do fine. Sora is learning English, and she can do kind of basic communication.
Yeah.
And no one has ever complained about that being a barrier.
Nope.
Although I know 6 months ago people thought it was a huge barrier, but it just hasn't been.
No, not at all. It's a breeze. It's a breeze, and they're really cool kids and know how to listen. Jackie, yes. Impromptu here.
I got to tell you, we spent yesterday with them, and it was so fun. They came into our hot tub, and they played in the hot tub.
It wasn't hot.
Well, it wasn't hot, but it was like dive under, and they do this, and they dive under, and that, and they do this, and they were doing that, and they were just having a ball, and it was so fun watching them. It's like, oh my gosh, that energy. I wish I could bottle it into me. But, and hugs, oh my God, does she give hugs. So have fun with them. I totally, it's like being a kid again, You could be a kid again with these kids and just, never mind. Hi, have fun. Bye.
Thank you. And if you don't want to do it alone, get somebody else to do it with you, and it's great. Yeah, okay. Are we ready for our Bill in the Clouds, Corey? Yeah. All right, good deal. Let's see Bill in the Clouds. Here we go. From Green Sanctuary. Here we go. Thank you, Bill, who maybe is watching at home. All right, and finally, we will have, oh, yes. Oh, yeah, okay, I didn't have you on here. Okay, come on up. Come on up, Robert, thank you. All right. Here we go.
Membership Committee. We're the people that stand out there and greet you and new people every Sunday and harass you with joining the membership here. I would really like to thank Stephanie, Lynn, Helen, John, Trudy, Susie, Sally, Cheryl, Betty, Sharon, Joanne, Richard, and Mary Jane for the membership committee. Thank you very, very much. And anyone that is interested in joining the membership here, please contact me or Stephanie or anyone else on the membership committee. Thank you very much. Because I didn't have anything else to do.
Yeah, right.
No, really. The reason I volunteered for the membership committee is I appreciate this fellowship. I like belonging to this fellowship, being open-minded with different ideas, different outlooks on life, everything. That's what I enjoy.
Thank you, Robert. Thank you. Yes. All right. And now we end our presentation today with Laura A. from, I don't know if she's in Utah or South Carolina or somewhere they are across the United States. Here we go, Laura A. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you, Laura. And finally, let us hold up those invaluable people whose service is to reach out to another in need of connection. All right? Give everybody applause for that one. Thank you. Corey for helping with all those little details that I presented to you. That gift. In our tradition, congregations exist because of the generous support of members and friends. It is our privilege and our responsibility to ensure the health and future of this relationship. To this end, your offerings support the ministry of this fellowship, whether by pledge or donation, or maybe online. You can drop your donation in the baskets that Susie and Cheryl are bringing out. And for those at home, you can mail checks to the office or make other arrangements. We also take stuff through Venmo to UUFCC offering. Your generosity is always appreciated. And please know that if you are with us for the first time, do not feel obligated to give. Your presence is your gift. We'll now sing number 402 from the Gray Hymnal, From You I Receive. There we go. Can you hear me? Yeah, there we go. Thank you. We now have following announcements. Let's see, what do we have here? Okay, one announcement is we are starting a kind of a formal continuation of something that came up in the pandemic that was informal. We're going to have UUFCC referrals. We're going to collect referrals. We found that this is really important. We got them for home repairs before. Now we're going to collect them for medical and professional. So if people, well, you'll see stuff coming out on this. If people know, a real good service for orthopedic came up this week, or some other one, or things like that, or you have a wonderful plumber, let's save each other some efforts and avoid some mishaps. We've had some mishaps we've recently heard about that were medical that could easily been solved if some of us have shared the knowledge we know of who's really positive in the community, knows how to do something, and who to stay away from. So I think we've got that knowledge. Let's share it and share it with new people that come to this area right away, okay? Next announcement. I don't know if folks have noticed this, but Princess Ariel is out. There's a new Disney movie that has a princess of color. Yay! It's a first. So wonderful. Thank you. So yeah, so this is, we're hearing all the yuck. Now let's hear for the joy, okay? Yes. Any other announcements that we're missing here? Anybody? Okay, good deal. So we move to number 1024, one of our favorites for our service, When the Spirit Says Do, in the Teal Hymnal. Please join us.
got to shout when the Spirit says shout. When the Spirit says shout, you've got to shout, oh Lord. You've got to shout when the Spirit says shout. 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 You got to do when the Spirit says do. You got to do when the Spirit says do. When the Spirit says do, you got to do, oh Lord. You got to do when the Spirit says do. 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 Spirit says do.
All right. Yes, we did it. All right, our closing words today are by Reverend Maureen Killeran, born in Canada, has over the past 30 years served as a UU congregations in Ohio, British Columbia, Oregon, North Carolina, Georgia, Pennsylvania, Missouri, Maryland, Texas, and Florida. No matter how weak or how frightened we may feel, we each have gifts that can make a difference in the world. In this coming week, may you do at least one thing to support the broken, to welcome the stranger, to celebrate what is worthy, to do the work of justice and love. Be strong, be connected. Each day, act so you may be a little more whole. Thank you. Today, we're going to extinguish the chalice, but not the light of hope, the fire of commitment, or the warmth of community. Ryan, would you please extinguish the chalice for us? Thank you, Ryan. We'll now end with We Give Thanks in the Teal hymnal, number 1010. Please stand and join the choir. We give thanks. And after this, we're going to have Please enjoy the tables by our Immigration Committee and our Music Committee. And join us for our potluck, vegan and vegetarian, in honor of Memorial Day and Buddha Day. Yes. Thank you. Thank you.
Your black folders on your chairs.